Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm Ricky Chaburgi, and joining me from Arizona is Derek. He tells me I'm having some issues with coming across on broadcast tonight. Let me know how I sound to everybody, please, because I need to know if you guys can hear me and understand me. My voice is a little gravelly still from after effects of COVID, but I'm dealing with it. But let me know how I sound. How you doing, Derek?
Yeah, it's hard to understand you, but I'm here. I can kind of get what you're saying. Lori Hayes is here. Kim's here. Ellen's here.
I've tried rebooting the router and everything else. So Laura said she can hear me fine.
Well, go ahead, buddy.
Okay, well, I don't know. My brother's setting some like extreme right, and he's watching the show on his phone, and whatever we say comes across his phone after we speak on here.
Yeah.
There's Trisha, our YouTube representative. If our other YouTube representative shows up.
Yeah.
Terry says sounds fine on his phone, but the picture's a little glitchy.
Yeah.
No, I've been having trouble with Facebook today trying to get flyers uploaded and flyers updated and stuff. And Twitter was giving me a little bit of static, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just Facebook suffering from if it's not broke, don't fix it syndrome or what.
I'm not sure what's going on with it. It's been kind of crazy out of Kansas today in StreamYard.
Yeah, you were saying you were on with Norm earlier having some problems.
Yeah, we didn't do a show because it sounded terrible, so we gone.
So everybody watching, I sound fine or I don't sound fine, or let me know how I'm sounding. I know.
I mean, we're here. You might as well just go ahead and go. I mean, we're here, man.
Sure
go ahead.
Just want to make sure everybody can understand, what I'm saying and stuff. South Texas. That one's sound is good. That's good. I'm glad sound is good. I do want to mention a couple. Well, I want to mention one thing at least. Well, I can mention both things, I guess. Here about a week ago, I guess it was. I was actually down with COVID, and I was contacted by a lady, and I had to postpone talking to her on the phone because I had no voice at the time. But she contacted me and had me call her, and I called her after I could talk again. And basically, she was working. She was with the Department of Corrections here in Kansas. Sorry about that. And some of the other states around the country also they release decks of playing cards in the prison system to inmates that have missing persons cases and unsolved homicide cases on them, and in efforts to help solve cases. And she was saying countrywide, these decks of cards have helped solve 300 cases. Well, Kansas is getting ready to release them here pretty soon. Sometime in the spring or summer. She was telling me they're hoping to get it out in April. And initially, they're only made available to inmates of the prison system, but she's telling me that the Kansas ones will be available to not only inmates, but to the general public as well. So I'm going to try to get my hand on a deck or two of those when they come out. But her reason for contacting me was she wanted some contributions for missing persons and unsolved homicide cases from us. So I sent her about 30 flyers that ranged from unsolved homicides, missing persons cases, and that kind of thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then there's a radio station here in Kansas, KFRM. They are doing missing kids on their radio station website now. And talking to her, she's talking maybe doing an interview with me sometime in the near future. So we'll have to stay tuned for that and see if that happens.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. Awful quiet over there, Derek.
This makes me uncomfortable. This looks awful, and I can barely understand you. But we should just get into some flyers.
Okay. We don't have a lot tonight, so
go ahead and get into them.
I don't know if that's fortunately or unfortunately, but we don't have a lot tonight. But we'll start off with Audrey. I don't know, was it Dornbos? I'm guessing on that one. missing from Wichita, Kansas, October 7th of 2019. She was 31 when she went missing. She's now 33. She was 5'6", weighs 203 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Audrey's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, you can call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And see if we can't help get some information generated on where Audrey is and get her back to where she needs to be, safe and sound. All right. Any comments or anything on that one, Derek?
I mean, yeah, I'm really having trouble hearing. I mean, everybody's saying they can hear you fine. I'm having trouble. I'm reading the flyer myself, but I'm just having trouble hearing you.
All right.
We'll keep going though.
Okay. This one's Abel Robles, and he's missing from Topeka, Kansas since February 14th of this year. He's 16. He's 5'9", weighs 135 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. It's believed that Abel is still in Topeka. Again, he's 16. He's 5'9", weighs 135 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Abel's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9247 or 785-368-9200. Excuse me, or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can't get him found and back to where he needs to be.
Pretty young.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And see, I'm just here. Andrea from Junction City's here. Hey, Andrea. I don't know if it's Shayna or Shauna from Wichita. How you doing? And Christopher Unruh from Greensburg's here. And Dennis. How you doing, Dennis? Just trying to catch some of your updates earlier. I'll have to get back on YouTube and check out your updates.
Let's talk about David.
He was actually located safe.
Oh.
I've been trying to get his flyer updated, but my uploading issues I've been having, I haven't been able to get it up there. So it'll give me a little bit of static today. Hopefully after the show I can get him to cooperate. Let's see, Faith Benedetto. I'm looking for her flyer, and I thought I pulled it, but I'm not seeing it. So let me grab it right quick. I know I grabbed it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Sorry about this, guys. Sorry about this. I thought I had pulled it, but I didn't. So I'm pulling it now. As I speak. She's missing from Arkansas City, Kansas. So now people are going to say, no, that's Arkansas. In Kansas, they say Arkansas City. So since February 17th of 2022, she's 15 years old. She's 5'6", weighs 120 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Faith's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Cali County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 620-221-5444 or 620-441-4555 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get Faith back to somewhere where she needs to be. And looks like Esther Unruh is here from Greensburg.
Nice.
Well, it's Christopher Unruh from Greensburg. And Dennis was saying they had a open discussion on live feed on Summer Wells. Yeah, I saw you were going to be doing that. So I'll go back and watch it.
That's awesome.
Okay. And we've covered Malaya Rowland before. She had been located, and a couple days after she was located, she went missing again. Missing from Olathe, Kansas this time. Since February 12th of 2022, she's 15, 5'10", 180 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. I believe she may still be in the Olathe area, or she might be in the Lawrence, Kansas area. And she's 15 years old, 5'10", weighs 180 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. She has multiple facial piercings, as you can see in the photos there. If you have any information regarding Malia's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Olathe, Kansas Police Department at 913-782-0720 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. See if we can get her located and back to where she needs to be. Again.
Right.
And hopefully when she's found this time, she'll stay up.
Yeah.
Which sadly, a lot of them don't, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Looks like we got Jamie Lynn White here from Spring Hill, Kansas. How you doing, Jamie? Thanks for being here tonight.
And we have Jasmine Free Johnson.
Yeah, and she's one we've done in the past as well. It's kind of surprised to see her pop up again. Wow. Missing also from Olathe, Kansas since February 18th of 2022. She's 17 years old. She's 5'7", weighs 120 pounds, has dark brown hair with an auburn or red hue to it, and brown eyes. Yes, she may be in the Lawrence area as well. Again, she's 17, 5'7", weighs 120 pounds. She has dark brown hair with auburn or red hue and brown eyes. She has a tattoo of the name Sophia on the thumb area of her left hand and cancer on her calf, unknown which one. If you have any information about Jasmine's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Olathe, Kansas Police Department again at 913-782-0720 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. See if we can help get Jasmine found and back to where she needs to be as well. There's another one from Dennis here. I got a call in tonight, but we will be working. Got a call in at night, but we will be working on getting out to do the searches for Kenny Rychak. We'll keep you posted. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that. And Dorothy says, hope they're all located. It's sad. Hutchinson can't. Yeah, it's definitely sad.
Yeah. Got that police case number up there if anybody knows anything.
Yeah.
And we have Samurai.
I know it's tough for these kids. They deal with a lot of stuff and have a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of them come from, like I've said in the past, they come from lax backgrounds that have relaxed rules, if any rules at all, and they get into foster care. They are in foster care, and it's really structured, a lot of rules and things like that, and they're not used to that, and they're just like, I'm out here, I'm not dealing with this. So I mean, it's a sad deal. And Samurai, she's another one. We've covered her more than a couple times. She's missing from Kansas City, Kansas since February 9th of this year. She's 17. She's 5'8", weighs 135 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. It's believed she's either in Kansas City, Kansas or Kansas City, Missouri. If you have information regarding Samurai's disappearance or whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department, 913-596-3000 or KBI 785-296-4017. And the two center photos at the top there are the two newest ones that were just sent to me yesterday. So those are the most recent ones we have of her. The flyer on the screen there would be where the group of four are, would be the top right, and the bottom left would be the two most recent ones. What were you saying, Derek?
I was just saying, keep an eye out in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And then we've covered Mariana a few times.
Yeah. I added a new photo to this flyer that was sent to me, and it's the one on the bottom left corner where it shows her butterfly tattoos on her right arm there. Marianne's missing from Pittsburgh, Kansas since December 26th of 2021. She's 16 years old. She is 5'3" to 5'4", weighs between 160 and 250 pounds. It's quite a range, but that's the information you're given. Her hair is reddish brown, and she has brown eyes. If you have any information, and she does have butterfly tattoos on her right arm, as you can see there. And if you have any information regarding Mariana's disappearance or her whereabouts, please call the Pittsburgh, Kansas Police Department, at 620-431-5678 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get her found back to where she needs to be. And I'm trying to recall. I had a request for a case to be covered tonight, and I'm trying to recall which one it is. I'm going to go look here real quick. It's in my inbox in KMU if I can get it to cooperate. Because I swear Facebook suffers from the if it's not broke, don't fix it syndrome, and I wish they'd quit.
I think there's something going on with the internet in Kansas today. Like Norm was having the exact same problem. I mean,
there might be.
I don't know what it is, but obviously there's something not cooperating.
Yeah. Let's see. We were asked to do. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Let's see. It was asked for. I gotta scroll up here. Oh, Dana Jane Bruce. It was the one that was requested to do.
Okay.
I didn't think you still have hers.
I have it.
I don't know what this comment means.
I don't know.
It's on YouTube, whatever it is. And here says I've checked the internet when he gets home. He's like he sent to my media right here. Okay. And we just covered Mariana. So who's next on the list?
Shay.
Okay. Let's see here. She's missing from Wichita, Kansas since January 29th of 2022. She is 15 years old. She is 5'4", weighs 120 pounds, brown hair and gray eyes. She was last seen in the 700 block of North Ridge Road in Wichita. It's believed she may be on the outskirts of Wichita. Again, she's 15, 5'4", weighs 120 pounds, has brown hair and gray eyes. She has a gap between her front teeth and scars on her left arm. If you have any information regarding Shay's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9456 or 316-660-9452 or 316-263-6011 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Shay back to where she needs to be. We've covered her before, but her mom provided us with the extra photos there on the ones that the one that we used before was just one where she had her hair braided with the kind of reddish top on. Her mom provided the other three and said they were more recent.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Get the more recent photos out.
Yep.
Case number on the screen.
Yeah. And I'm pulling Dana Jane Bruce's flyer up so we have it too. So I do want to cover her since she's been requested.
Go ahead. I got her up.
Okay. She's missing from Sedalia, Missouri since October 4th, 2008. She was 23 when she went missing. She's now 36. She's 5'2", 98 pounds, brown hair, and green or hazel eyes. She was last seen at her children's babysitter's home in Sedalia, Missouri. She had left the children earlier that day so she could go out for the evening. She returned at midnight and gave the babysitter more money and asked her to watch the children for the rest of the night. She was seen at Malone's Bar on Main Street with a young man driving a late model red Ford F-150 earlier on in the night of her disappearance. She left with the man at 11:30. Police have identified the man that Dana was with on the night she vanished. He had traveled to Atlanta after her disappearance. The police questioned him about Dana after he was arrested there on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. Authorities have not named him publicly, but they are calling him a person of interest in her case. He told his questioners that he and Dana parted ways after they left the bar, and he never saw her after that. She left all of her belongings behind, including her hairbrush and toothbrush, and she doesn't have any credit cards, debit cards, a checking account, a cell phone, or a car. Again, when she went missing, she was 23. She would now be 36. She's 5'2" and weighs 98 pounds. She has brown hair that was colored brown at the roots and black at the ends with red highlights. And she had green or hazel eyes. She was last known to be wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel in silver lettering on the front and blue jeans. She has a tattoo of a teddy bear with wings and the name Dylan on her upper left arm. She is blind in her left eye. She has a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. Her ears are pierced one time each. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-827-7823 or 660-826-8100. The Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178 or their toll-free number 866-362-6422 and see if we can't help get Dana located and back home where she needs to be. It's been a long time.
Yeah, that's terrible. It's a long time ago.
Yeah. And we should have one more.
Who do you have next?
Yeah, Suzanne Johnson.
Oh, I don't want to cover her tonight. I want to wait until your mic's better because I'm going to make a standalone video from the live show for that.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I did pull up several more. I have Donald Walters, Colton Ross Barrera, Alexander Perez, and I was going to bring maybe one more, and then maybe we can make it a short show with our issue tonight. But I was going to bring up Kenny Wrightcheck. But if you wanted to go ahead and pull Donald, Colton, Alexander, and Kenny, I'd love to cover them as best as we can with how your mic sounds right now.
Okay, let me grab those real quick. I apologize for the audio video glitches tonight.
And I honestly don't think it's Ricky's house. Our other show we do here on Back Home Media is in Elkhart, Kansas, and exact same issues today. So I don't know what's going on.
How far is Elkhart from here?
Elkhart is a mile from Oklahoma, 2 miles from Colorado.
Way down there in the corner.
Southwest corner. So I'm thinking there's something going on in Kansas. Maybe it's with the website that we use to broadcast that's going to Kansas. I don't know, but this is the second show today that this has happened. And normally I've been puking all day. I didn't want to go into it and tell everybody my business. I don't feel good. So this is kind of just like a nightmare to me. But we'll get it figured out. I think there's more than likely something going on with the website that we use to stream and the state of Kansas based on the two shows I've been a part of today.
Yeah, Derek was thinking it might have been, down in that area of Kansas, they got a lot of snow. It didn't snow a flake here.
It doesn't make sense. It's weird. It's like both of you have the exact same issue and you're like 5 hours apart, at least 4 hours away from each other. I don't get it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, today it was almost 50 today. It was colder yesterday, and then the day before it was like almost 70. So it's been kind of crazy. Okay, so let's see. I pulled down Walters, Colton Barrera, Alex Perez, and Kenny Wrightcheck.
Yep, I got Donald on the screen.
Okay. Donald Walters was last seen in Great Bend, went missing from Great Bend, Kansas on July 7th of 2020. He was 75 when he went missing. He's now 77. He's 5'5" to 5'7". He weighs between 135 and 150 pounds. Has gray hair and blue eyes. Said that he does suffer from Alzheimer's. His vehicle was located near Okmulgee and McIntosh County line near the Eufaula Wildlife Management Area, east of Henrietta, Oklahoma, around July 15, 2020. A search of the area turned up some of Donald's personal items. And I've been watching Chilling with Chet on YouTube. He did a series of videos on his search for Donald Walters because he had a meeting he had met Donald Walters at drag races in Great Bend, where Donald was challenging people to drag him in the Porsche he was driving. And Donald was saying that this Porsche he was driving was souped up and hopped up and stuff like that. So Chet went ahead and raced him twice. And Chet won the first race. Donald won the second race because something happened with Chet's car, I guess. But then Donald went missing shortly after that. So Chet had been trying to figure out what happened to him and how he disappeared. Matter of fact, The two pictures of Donald in the glasses are screenshots I took from one of Chet's videos too. But in his videos that he did, he talked to Donald's friends and things like that in Great Bend, and he made a trip down to Oklahoma, down where the vehicle was found, and he actually did a big search with a bunch of people down in that area where the vehicle was found, and didn't turn up anything, but they did show some pictures of the car when it was found, and the driver's side door was open, and apparently the river raises and lowers or something, because you can see where there had been water inside the vehicle and everything. It's just interesting that he disappeared the way he did without a trace. And Chet was able to find out that Donald did work for the government, and he did work in the capacity as a spy of sorts. So, I mean, it's hard to say. But if you have any information regarding Donald's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call 911 or call Okmulgee County Sheriff's Office down in Oklahoma at 918-756-4311. Or up here in Kansas, you can call the Great Bend, Kansas Police Department at 620-793-4120 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help figure out what happened to Donald down there in Oklahoma. See if we can't get him found. But yeah, if you want to really see a deep dive on Donald's case, like, so go to the Chilling with Chet YouTube channel and watch his series of videos. He's got a playlist of videos on his case.
Wow. Yeah, that's been a long time ago. That's very. Anytime there's the Alzheimer's, anytime there's that kind of situation going on, it's just, you never know. You never know. Somebody's confused. You never know where they end up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Colton.
Okay. Let me finish writing here. Okay, Colton Barrera. He went missing from Russell, Kansas on September 26, 2008. And he was 17 when he went missing. He would now be 31. He's one of the first cases I really followed when I started doing Kansas missing and unsolved almost 10 years ago. He was 5'9" when he went missing. He weighed 135 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. A friend dropped him off at an outdoor skate park. Colton was supposed to call his friend when he wanted to be picked up, but never did. Police believe that Colton left on his own accord, but his family doesn't believe that because he wasn't having any problems that would cause him to run away. And he left his wallet and identification behind. Information that had come out, and it's been a little while ago now. The flyer says recent, but it was probably about a couple of years ago now. Suggests that Colton may have been killed and his body hidden. And of course, his case remains unsolved. If anybody has any information regarding Colton's disappearance, you know of his whereabouts. His mother strongly encourages calling the Kansas City field office of the FBI at 816-512-8200 first and foremost. She wants to get them back involved again. They were involved with it a short time ago, and she would like to get them involved in it again, so she wants everybody to call the Kansas City field office of the FBI if you have information on Colton's case. Other than that, you can call KBI 785-296-4017 and give them information as well. But like I said, his mother prefers the FBI field office first.
It's tough. It sucks.
Yeah. It would be hard to be the parent of a kid, want to have one of your kids missing for, that long, 14 years. That would be really hard. Yeah. I know my older daughter had gone missing for like an hour or something one time, and I freaked out. I couldn't imagine 14 years.
That's crazy, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Then we got to talk about Alexander.
Yeah. He's been kind of a mainstay for us. He's missing from Ulysses, Kansas since December 1st of 2020, so a little over 2 years now. He was 35 when he went missing. He's now 36. He is 5'11", weighs 235, has black hair that he shaves bald and brown eyes. He had contacted a family member on the phone on December 1st and said he'd be coming to their home to do laundry. He never arrived at the family member's home in Ulysses, and he has not been heard from or seen by family or friends since then. He had been staying with family and friends prior to his disappearance. It is believed that he may still be in the local Ulysses area, or he may be in Garden City or the surrounding areas. And recent information that came out regarding Alex is that foul play may be involved. That's the going rumor anyway. It's not been proven, and there has been no evidence to back that, just at this point, rumor. And at the time of his disappearance, he was 35. He's now 36. He's 5'11" and weighs 235. He has black hair that he shaves nearly bald and brown eyes. He has a tattoo of a bumblebee on his face underneath the left eye. He has press tattooed on one of his arms. He has a tattoo of a cross on a chain across his chest. If you have any information regarding Alexander's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Grant County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 620-356-3500 or the Ulysses, Kansas Police Department at 620-356-4600 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Alex located and back home. I know his mom, Irene, is worried sick about him. And one of his cousins or whatever that had been talking to us as well. Do you remember?
Yeah, you said his cousin.
Was it a cousin? Yeah.
Yeah, his cousin. I've talked to his cousin a little bit. We do have this voicemail.
I don't know, man. I'm supposed to be going back early morning to go get some shit and then go get some other stuff down there and bring it back down here, but I don't even know, man. It's been wild down here. It's been crazy. Fucking been held at gunpoint and robbed and tried to beat me up. Fucking, it's a bunch of crazy shit going on in GC, man.
Yeah, it was an interesting voice message there, and that was actually Alex's voice, huh?
That's what he says.
Wow.
On the 8th of December. I wish your freaking microphone worked, man. I haven't seen you in so long. I'm bummed out. I've been puking all day. This sucks. Yeah, Alexander, his cousin sent us that, and that was December 8th, and it's just, I don't know. I've been talking to his cousin a lot, and his cousin's actually considered becoming somewhat of an advocate for missing people now that he's going through this. So he's a cool guy. I know that right now he's going through some health stuff. I think he's actually on the mend. He's been doing pretty good, but he had some health scare stuff. So yeah, he's a cool guy, and you'll probably be seeing him in our chat and stuff. But we have one more flyer to cover, and then I'm this is one of the first cases I ever covered with Ricky. And again, Ricky's mic is having, if you're just tuning in now, Ricky's internet connect. It's not his personal connection. I've had 2 shows today. The first show we had to record it a completely different way because we're not getting any luck getting connections, upload connections from Kansas. But Ricky's going to talk about Kenny Rychek, and listen close. You can hear what he's saying. It's a little choppy sounding, but this is the story about Kenny Rychek.
Yeah, Kenny's missing from here in my hometown, Salina, Kansas, since November 4th of 2019. He was 69 when he went missing. He's now 71. He's 5'9", weighs 175 pounds, has gray hair and blue eyes. He does sometimes use the last name Brown as opposed to his given name Rychek. He does suffer from diminished mental health capabilities and is on disability, but he has not tried to access the funds since he was last seen. He may have family in northwest Kansas, possibly around the Colby area. He was last seen at the Gospel Mission in Salina. He left there, from what I understand, after having issues with another resident at the Gospel Mission, has not been heard from or seen since. He does not have a phone, a vehicle, or any identification. His main mode of transportation was a bicycle. And there's been some conflicting information as far as whether he had a bike or not, because somebody said it was stolen and then he got a new one and had a new one. So, and not sure if it was the new one that was stolen or we were talking about the old one that was stolen. I'm not sure which. But apparently, the information I was given was he was evicted from his apartment, which sat catty corner from the police department here in town. And the police took him to the mission, and he had been staying there. And like I said, he apparently was having some issues with another resident there. I'm not sure what kind of issues or to the extent they got to. But he didn't want to deal with it anymore and left the mission. And nobody's seen or heard from him since that time. So hopefully we can, Dennis Rubel with Muddy Waters Search and Recovery said they're going to be putting together a search for him here pretty soon, which I'm grateful for that because we really need to find Kenny. And there's a lot of people that are worried about Kenny and want to know that Kenny's okay. One of the places he frequents here in town and nobody's seen him there in a long time also is it used to be called Slime Iron and Metal. That's just been recently renamed. But he would pick up he would pick up scrap metal around town and take it there and cash it in. My understanding is he had 2 payees on his disability, and my understanding was he had a difficult time getting money from the payees out of his account, so he would pick up scrap metal and turn it in for extra money. So they haven't seen him there in a long time as well. So, which is very strange because he frequented there quite a bit. But if anybody has any information regarding Kenny's disappearance, or if you know of his whereabouts, or if you've seen him anywhere, call the Salina, Kansas Police Department at 785-826-7210, or the KBI at 785-296-4017. See if we can't help get Kenny found. I've talked about it in the past. I didn't know him very, very well, but I did talk to him quite frequently throughout my teen years because I would run into him at like gas stations and the arcades and things like that where he'd be playing pinball or video games, and we'd chat while he was playing games and stuff. He was really good at pinball, but and he was a nice guy. I never heard him say a crossword to anybody. I never heard him say a mean word to anybody. He was liked by a lot of people around Salina, so I'd really like to see him get found, and I just pray that he's just off the grid somewhere and that he's okay and we can get him found and back home.
Backhomemedia.com. It's crazy. I started Back Home Media right like about 2 weeks before I met Ricky. I didn't know what it meant other than I was working with people from my back home state. But it just makes so much sense. Like, you've been doing this for like what, 8 years, 12 years?
Almost 10 years. Be 10 years in April.
10 years, helping, trying to bring people back home. And yeah, I love that. Hey, again, Ricky's internet is terrible. Can I do an anti-endorsement of Cox since they don't pay us anything? I just want to say this real quick. If you're a Kansas viewer, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It's a little thing called 5G. All of my friends, because I have to use Cox here in Arizona, and as you can see, my camera, I'm working, but I really don't have a great connection. I don't think I'm not very impressed with it. A lot of my friends are switching to AT&T in Kansas. They're paying like a quarter of what they were paying for Cox, and they're getting like tremendous upload and downloads. Like, I'm very disappointed right now. Like, it hurts my soul that you're all grainy and you're stuck in one position on the camera, Ricky. It hurts me. But yeah, that's my final thought for tonight's show is if you're using Cox in Kansas, please switch to AT&T because this has to stop. I'm going to be figuring out a way to get Ricky to get on AT&T, and I'm going to help him pay for it because this has to stop. This is bad. But again, I don't know if it's Cox on this one because it happened in Elkhart too, and I know they don't use Cox there. So this is just, I don't know, it's a weird day. And the only thing I could think of was that it snowed like a few days ago, but you said it didn't even snow where you are.
Yeah, it didn't even snow. They said we were supposed to get 3 to 6 inches, and I was thinking, and people were, salting sidewalks and parking lots and things, getting ready for it, and
your job probably got real busy too. People going in there.
Trisha said they're switching when they move.
Hey, you know what? Tell them I sent you. They're not going to give me any money, but just tell I'm not mad at Cox. Just tell them, hey, some guy named Derek told me to come here and get AT. No, all of my friends that live in Kansas, within the last year, they all switched to AT&T, and they were all like, dude, switch to AT&T. So I called AT&T, and they're like, oh, yeah, they don't have that in Phoenix. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, you're stuck with Cox. I'm like, gosh.
Laura said she's not even in Kansas, and she's hearing and seeing everything fine.
You can see Ricky fine and hear him fine. I can understand what he's saying, but it's like sounds like a robot, and like it's like his camera is just one picture, and then it changes like 5 seconds later. Right now, Ricky just looks like this on my screen.
And she says yes.
Wow.
Maybe you need to reboot your computer.
We recorded that show. I show you what it looked like on my end.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, can you guys hear me? I think you guys should be able to hear me perfect because I have a Cox connection, which is not that good, but it's usually it's good enough. You know, we can do what we need to do. But Ricky, I don't know. I just can't see Ricky. It's weird.
That is weird. Technology, you gotta love it. Man, my phone is having a fit.
Well, I think I'm gonna go to AT&T tomorrow and say, hey, if you get an influx of people in Kansas switching, you need see. That's what he's saying. Derek's audio is perfect. So again, Cox is good enough to do this show. Ricky usually sounds fine, but there's just and again, I don't know. It happened to Norm today too. We had to do the show a whole different way. We recorded it on a phone. We've never done that on the Norm show. We just talked on the phone for an hour and recorded it because we just could not we couldn't get his camera to work. We couldn't get his microphone to sound good.
Yeah.
She says, I can hear you fine, Derek, but Ricky is not. You is not, is what she said. You are not.
Yeah, she's in Junction City, so.
I've never heard of the internet attacking a state, though. It's so weird.
It's weird. I was just talking to a Cox representative in Messenger on my phone. So.
Jeez. Well, we're gonna figure out a way to make this not happen again. But I also, it's just been rough. I started a new job, and so we're kind of doing the shows on weekends for now. I don't know if it'll be a permanent move to the weekends, but I need a little bit of time to read. It's a complete 180 as far as what I do for a living. Physically, I'm walking like 4 miles a day. When my last job, I was sitting for 8 hours a day. So it's a complete change. I'm getting home late. I'm sore. When I get home, I'm hurting. So I'm in
flying over Kansas.
It is. But I'm in a transition of my life where I'm trying to get healthy. I'm trying to change my life, and I'm actually considering getting a little bit of education here in the next little bit. So yeah, we're gonna do these. But Ricky, I was gonna talk to you about this off the air, but since nobody can hear what you're saying anyway, I'm just gonna do it on here. I get a little offended when I feel like you think I'm trying to cancel a show because I would be offended if I thought it's because you thought I was being lazy.
No, I don't think that.
The only reason, and I didn't want to cancel tonight's show. I am a grown man, and I was sick today. I didn't go to work Friday. I puked 3 times today, so I'm a grown up enough to call you on the phone and be like, Ricky, I'm sick. I'm not doing the show. The only reason I thought about bailing on the show is because it just sounded you look like that, you know. Yeah. So I just wanted to just let you know, like, me moving the show to Saturdays for a little bit, me almost making the decision to pull the show, but I was like, no, Ricky really wants to do it, so I'm gonna do it. Well, I mean, to me, this was like one of the hardest things I've ever had to do because I don't like things when they're not perfect. Yeah. I have obsessive compulsive disorder. Well, I don't know if anybody knew that, but I'm diagnosed with it. This was a very hard thing for me to get through tonight. And I'm glad we did it, and we're going to get it fixed. But yeah, I love Kansas Missing Unsolved. I write music. I do other podcasts that are triggered more towards being funny and arts and entertainment. But the only thing when people ask me who I am, like in strangers, they ask me to explain to them who I am. I tell them that I'm a father of 2 and I'm a husband, and I tell them I do a really cool podcast called Kansas Missing and Unsolved. So that's like, I don't want you to ever think if me moving the show, or I don't want you to ever think it's me trying to get out of doing this show, because that would really offend me, because this is one of the few things in my life that I love, you know.
I don't think that.
All right,
I just really like doing the show, and I want to be here for the folks, you know, because they like watching us and like hearing about the cases, and you know, it bummed me out the time I had COVID and couldn't do the show. It bummed me out big time.
And this is why I like doing the show, Ricky. I love trying to help bring people back home. I love hanging out with you each week. I love Trisha Arnold. You know, I love Andrea. I love Double T over there holding it down. I love all these people. They come here every week. They come here and they hang out and they talk about these cases with us, and they go on this. I mean, even this guy. I mean, I think he was probably a robot, but he was here in spirit. You know what I'm saying, Ricky? Even the robot, he said life. We'll take that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have a little club here that we meet up once a week, and we all have jobs and we all have kids, and we all make it fit in when we can. But we all meet up once a week, and I think we all authentically have a good time here. Help trying to find people and bring people home. I love this show.
And sadly, Brandon's not with us because his motherboard crashed on his computer, so he's waiting on a new motherboard.
Yeah,
so.
And that's what I was gonna go into earlier too. Like, so I'm starting a new job. It's the hardest job I've ever done in my life as far as physicality. It's a complete life change. Brandon's computer crashed. It doesn't work. Brandon's not even here. He doesn't have he has like he has a very nice computer. He does all of our videos and stuff, but it doesn't work right now. So we're not going to see Brandon on this show, and I'm not going to be seeing him on my computer in a video chat till March. I mean, we're having trouble here at Back Home Media, but we're going to be here every week regardless.
See, Andrea says I love you guys. I stopped watching everything. I stopped everything I do to watch you guys every week. And Christopher and says I enjoy watching you guys.
Is that how you say I love you? And how do you sign that?
It's like,
I'm gonna have my wife show me.
It's like that.
Yeah, and you know what's really cool? What's really cool, and it's not something that we do. All of our shows, it has the option on when you watch this show on Facebook, it does tell you what we're saying. There we go. Is that Double T show me? Is it that? But it does type out what we're saying on this show, and I think that that's great because, I never even realized, like there's a whole audience out there that if they can't hear, they can still be a part of this show. They can see what we're saying. They can type themselves, it's with technology. And I think that really just this congregation of meeting here every week is really a good thing for my life anyway. Yeah, that was Double T. How do you do it, Double T? Poke your hand back in there.
This is my kid brother Terry right over here.
How did he? I didn't see his hand out last time. How does he do it?
He was.
I gotta wait. I gotta wait 10 minutes for the cycle, the video cycle. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, yeah. I want to start doing that every week to all of our hearing impaired viewers, because I know we have some. I think that's awesome.
I think this must be. I love watching you all. I think. And I feel y'all family to me, even though you guys are not blood. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that.
Back at you.
Right back at you. Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully the next show we do next Saturday. The only difference is I think here's where one of the other issues comes in. One Saturday, like today, I'm off. Next Saturday, I will probably work at noon to 9. Yeah, I'll at least be noon to 9 until the time change. So we'll have to do next week's show either in the morning or later than 9 o'clock. So we'll have to see what we decide on doing. But
do we want to see this rowdy group on a Saturday night at 10 o'clock? I mean, who knows if they're going to be,
Wish we had a way to put up a poll to say vote for Saturday or Saturday night.
We do. Oh, if you're not a part of the Kansas Missing and Unsolved group, join it. It's awesome. Yeah. We're getting a group going. I got banned from inviting people because I invited too many people, they said. So just join the group, and we're going to have stuff like that in there. We're going to ask you, hey, we're going to be live this Saturday. You can either see us at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. You make the call, and we'll go on whoever votes, because I'm free Saturdays and Ricky's not. So
one Saturday AM, one Saturday AM.
Right. So, but yeah, I'm down with that. If you want to let the people vote when they want us to go live on Saturdays that you work, I'm cool with that. Awesome.
Can we do a poll in the Facebook group?
Yeah, I'll do that tonight.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I don't want to tempt fate too much. Plus, I still don't feel good. Ricky, why don't you say a little prayer and get us out of here, man? And I love everybody.
Laura's we'll see the name of the group. What's the name of the group? Kansas Missing and Unsolved. Facebook
yeah, it's the exact same as our page. It just says it's just group at the end.
It's just group instead of page. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he'll get a poll set up there. You guys can vote for 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. and let us know, and we'll do accordingly.
Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, let me do a little prayer here. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together tonight to share these missing persons cases in hopes of getting them to the right ears and the right hearts to give us the right information to bring them home. Yeah, I just pray that you guide their hearts to do the right thing and give that information. And until we meet again, Heavenly Father, thank you and have a good night and amen.
If you or someone you know is experiencing a suicidal crisis or emotional distress, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255.